US-China geopolitical situation is a fundamental change that is here to stay. But it is not just a risk. There are many opportunities for new winners, and Asia today is so much more than just China. Within Asia, it is clear that some countries have chosen sides. Countries like Australia, Taiwan, and Japan have all aligned themselves with the US, while others like Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar are aligned with China. But there's a group of countries that include Singapore, Thailand, and to a lesser extent India, that have demonstrated the ability to straddle both US and China and stay neutral. Ultimately, in a world where nations want to trade but find it increasingly hard to do so, the nations who can stay neutral will command a premium. Wealth flows to Singapore is a great example, and it's an important positive change for the country. The second point I'll highlight is that the ongoing geopolitical tension between the US and China is in fact a big positive for countries like India and Indonesia. The shifting of global supply chain, or otherwise known as China Plus One strategy, is a product of geopolitics. This brings businesses to the doorsteps of India and Indonesia in a time when these countries are undergoing significant reforms to release bottlenecks for FDI inflow. In addition, in a world that is starved of workers, India and Indonesia, with their strong demographics, are extremely well positioned to be one of the main suppliers of cheap skilled workers that the world needs. All things considered, the stars are now firmly aligned for India and Indonesia. Lastly, within China, the rise of patriotism is an additional tailwind and a big positive change for the popularity of domestic Chinese consumer brands. This is in part why younger Chinese are becoming a lot more confident of their own roots and culture. Suffice to say, these new Asian brands are not just riding on the wave of patriotism, but they are also delivering extremely high quality products that are tailor-made for Asians. Unlike Western brands who bring their own cookie-cutter approach to China, domestic Chinese brands are better able to understand the needs of Asian consumers and cater specifically for Asian consumers. A great example would be in the Chinese cosmetic segment, where the domestic Chinese brands have been impressively gaining market share from Western brands. It is easy to see why some of these Chinese brands have had success when they start including intricate Chinese designs in their cosmetics and customizing their products for Asian skin. In summary, despite the geopolitical backdrop, we continue to find many great investment opportunities in Asia with high sustainable returns and positive fundamental changes.